Hello and happy Friday. Now, there was a recent article in the July edition of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, the journal, and what they found was, I think, worthy of note. So, the authors essentially tried to compare the neurotoxin use in two populations, one in Malta in summer compared to London in winter, and what they found was that Malta required more neurotoxin than London. And the conclusion, therefore, was areas of high climate or high sun climates require more neurotoxin. So let's take a look a little bit more at that study. So what they found was they compared over 250 clients in each of these locations. They did an initial treatment in the glabella, and then they actually did a touch-up treatment, let's call it a month later, just to make sure that both patients' populations got a full treatment. And what they found was that at the initial treatment, as well as that touch-up treatment, both instances required more neurotoxin in the high sun population. So, why is this relevant? Well, two big points, I think. Number one is neurotoxin is either stable or still growing at a time when, in fact, some of the fillers seem to be being used a little less frequently. So, for example, in 2022, there was over 8.7 million neurotoxin injections in the United States. So we do know that this is as popular as ever. But number two is that neurotoxins, and this I think is really the more important take home, that neurotoxins are not a cookie cutter solution. They shouldn't come in and get a rubber stamp, 20 units in the glabella, and then you just move on. We know that there are differences that patients require. So whether it's based on age, whether it's based on ethnicity or gender, all of those have different influencing components as to why we might go up or down in our dose. And again, each time that you come into an office like ours, we're going to assess how you behaved from that last treatment, and we're going to fine tune what we do moving forward. So anyway, so I think that the general idea of this article is it's an interesting concept, and yes, let's add sun into the other aspects of what we're evaluating as to how much neurotoxin you might use. Because if, for example, you're always kind of frowning or furrowing because you're in a high sun climate, sure, it may make sense that you might need more neurotoxin.